We are the chat. I'm Chris, and I'm on a journey to hear every song ever recorded. If that's something that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. In today's video, I'm going to be covering all the greatest hits collections that I have in my compact disc or CD collection. So that's what we have in store for you today. And if you stick around until the end of the video and subscribe, of course, I'm going to be giving you two bonus CDs where I talk about one greatest hits that hasn't been made yet by a band that I wish would put out one. There's a lot of those actually, but I'm going to give you one, and then I'm going to give you a greatest hits that was put together so horribly by a good band that I will never buy it. So stick around for that. Let's just jump into the video, shall we? I'm going to be ranking these from worst to best of the greatest hits. So the worst greatest hits album that I've decided to keep was All Star Smash Hits by Smash Mouth. There's 20 songs on here, and only maybe 8 of these could be, even by the most hardcore fan, considered hits. So this just felt very not well put together, not well thought out at all. So the next one is going to be, this used to be my favorite band, Everclear. But this album was just thrown out to us in 2003 or 4. Yeah, 4. Just because the band broke up. The record company just threw this garbage out, and it's 21 tracks, but it's just kind of just thrown together and just not good. Not good. You can always tell when a greatest hits album is band approved, and those two, I don't think they were. Coming in next is going to be Live's greatest hits, Awake, the best of Live. Now this one's got a lot of material on it, and this one's actually not too bad. It's got 19 tracks, and it's got the DVD with it, which was excellent. It's got 22 videos and commentary from Ed. This next one, so we're already out of the really bad ones. Everclear and Smash Mouth just didn't do a good job on their greatest hits. Do a better one. Okay, Stone Temple Pilots had this one, and I believe this was a 2003 somewhere. I can't open this one. There's a lot of nudity in here. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think it was somewhere in 2003. Yeah, there's a lot of nudity. That arm, yeah, attached to some nudity. But yeah, this one was pretty darn good. I really like this one. Again, it's got a DVD with it, and you get Vaseline through plush acoustic. All the big ones you want to hear, plus some other big ones you don't want to hear, if you know what I'm saying. Some angry boy music here for you. Korn's greatest hits. Now, I haven't really talked about this yet. All these bands that I've covered so far, I have most of their catalog on CD, and I just wanted, complete collection. Korn will be the first one, I believe. Yeah, this is the first group where I never had any of their studio albums. I know. But for me, I've heard all of Korn's music, and I just never really needed to go out and buy the CDs. This is a great compilation, and some of my favorite Korn tracks on here: Word Up, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 1, 2, and 3, and Y'all Want a Single, Right Now, Did My Time, Alone I Break, Here to Stay. This greatest hits is great. Okay? K. Coming in next is going to be Films About Ghosts, the best of Counting Crows. This one is really well put together, produced by Gary Gersh and Jordan Skrr. Doesn't say how many songs are on here. But this is a really, really beautiful looking CD. One that I've really had fun with. And the Counting Crows were another band. I never had any of their CDs except for this one. I've heard all their music, and it's all pretty darn good. But this is a really good collection to have. if you don't have their mini studio albums. Counting Crows have some new stuff coming out, but now we're moving on to The Clash, the Essential The Clash. Now, I've had several of these Essential collections over the years. This one actually had a companion DVD to go that came separately as well, but this has so much great music. I knew when I fell in love with punk rock in 97, 98, I knew that I had to get some Clash because they were a huge influence on Green Day, and this has 40 tracks. Wow, this is amazing. If you need a Clash greatest hits, I would recommend this. It was dedicated to Joe Strummer. Very good. That one actually reminded me of another one that I almost forgot. Ozzy Osbourne. How could I forget Ozzy Osbourne? The Essential Ozzy Osbourne. This has 30, almost 29 songs. You got 16 tracks on disc 1. Disc 2 is 13 tracks. Wow, 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 wow. Again, I have maybe one CD by Ozzy other than this, but man, this just has just about everything you need to hear from the Oz Man Cometh. Coming in next is going to be Matchbox 20 with a very unique greatest hits collection where there's 2 discs. You've got disc 1, which is 6 new tracks produced by Steve Lillywhite. Ugh. And then disc 2 is all their greatest hits. From Long Day to Bright Lights, it's Essential Matchbox 20. I have all the Matchbox 20 albums on CD, as well as Pearl Jam. I actually have most of the Pearl Jam records. I think I got rid of some of the older ones. But this is a really excellent collection. Now, this is where we're going to start talking about the order of the tracks. This is unique in that the faster songs are on one disc and the slower songs are on another disc. I did not initially like that, but you know, it's original and it's different. Very good, very almost complete greatest hits there. We've got Stained 96 to 2006. This is really good. I believe this is a bonus version. A lot of acoustic stuff on here. Most of the singles. Not perfect by any means. By my standards. Not perfect. We're going to get into the perfect ones. We're not there yet, though. Weird Al Yankovic, Greatest Hits Volume 2. This was a Christmas gift. I believe it was a stocking stuffer. Came out in 94. I think I got it a few years after that. Weird Al, great. I have a couple of Weird Al CDs. Nirvana. I remember, this has a weird story. I went to, I think it was FYE, For Your Entertainment. I wanted to buy Nevermind, and the employee there essentially forced me to get this instead. He or she said, or they said, that this was basically Nevermind with some other songs. You could, yeah, I mean, maybe, kind of. I went back and got Nevermind. Coming in next is going to be Green Day's Greatest Hits, God's Favorite Band. A pretty darn good compilation of their 22 biggest hits, but it's definitely not as well put together as their other one. Boom, 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 boom. This is Green Day related as well. I've always been a big fan of U2. They've been a huge part of my life, but I gotta be honest, I bought this for The Saints Are Coming, U2 and Green Day. Also, this is a really, really great singles collection, but Window in the Skies is the other new track on here, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Coming in next, it's going to be Blink-182's Parental Advisory Greatest Hits. Pretty complete singles collection with 2, maybe 1 or 2 new tracks. I've never been a fan of Not Now. I always get a lot of praise for that song. Ooh, this is a good one. Queen, Greatest Hits, 1, 2, and 3. This thing, you can pick this up at any Walmart in the world. Anytime you want. This thing has been beat to crap, too. So, I'll never forget, I bought this, and I got home, and it was sealed. It was sealed in plastic and everything. And I got home, and it was missing one disc. And Walmart did not believe me when I took it back. They were very questioning of my return. But I used to work at Walmart. The Offspring's Greatest Hits. You guys know I've been talking about the Offspring a lot on the channel. This is a pretty darn good Greatest Hits. This is one of the rare instances of dual disc in my collection. Yeah, CD side and DVD side. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Very, very well put together. Kind of looks like that Blink-182 collection. Oh, we're getting into the really great Greatest Hits. Red Hot Chili Peppers. This came out, I think, 03. Man, all my favorite bands were putting out Greatest Hits in 03. It was just a Greatest Hits year. This is, this covers a lot. The Red Hot Chili Peppers have been around a long time by this point. But this had some really, really, really good bonus tracks with Fortune Faded and Save the Population. Fortune Faded, I don't know why, but that song has the flavor of music that I like to taste. As well as this one. This is Rob Zombie's Greatest Hits. Came out in, what do you know, 2003. This has a DVD and disc 1. This is important because I scratched out one of the titles. Ooh, what did it say? I'm not going to say it on here. This is a DVD CD collection. It's had all his songs, all his videos. There's his lovely wife there. The Brick House with Lionel Richie and Trina, Howard Stern, Alice Cooper. This is just, I don't have any other Rob Zombie albums, although I've listened to all of his albums. This is a really, really fun listen. Even if you're not a huge Zombie fan. This is just 19 really, really great rock and roll songs. Go out and stream it, buy it. Whatever you need to do to hear it. Now we are at my top two greatest hits collections. I'm a little biased because, that's kind of what this is about. Bare Naked Ladies, Disc 1. Album, Disc 1, 1991 to 2001. I think it's time for another, don't you? All their greatest hits. Now this has the Old Apartment. They're not in order at all. But this has 19 tracks. The new ones are good. The really old ones are fun to hear. And It's Only Me, The Wizard of Magic Land is great. But you've got all the big ones like The Old Apartment, Falling for the First Time, 1 week since you looked at me. Yeah, really, really fun greatest hits. Man, I gotta listen to that again. I gotta see if these are on Spotify. And the greatest hits of all time, and Space and Coffee. It's gotta be. Had a matching DVD as well. Still have that. International Super Hits by Green Day. You know why this is the greatest? The music just, wow, this made me a bigger fan of Green Day than any band ever. This greatest hits did it. This is the best put together greatest hits of all time because the songs are in chronological freaking order. OCD fans celebrate. You get all the singles from Longview through Macy's Day Parade. Macy's Day Parade. In consecutive order You get a great packaging that kind of falls apart after 20 years, but that's okay. That's okay. You get all the lyrics. You get all the credit. I mean, those guys get credit. You just get, this is, I mean, you just pair this with Green Day's Shenanigans, and you've got some of the best music ever made in the history of music. So yeah, those two, and the surprising number 3, Rob Zombie, and then Red Hot Chili Peppers. Really great. So I promised you guys something, and no, I don't have any of their CDs in here at all. The 2 bands that you've stuck around to the end of the video for. Are you ready? Ready? Don't tell anybody that didn't stick around to the end of the video, okay? I know that you guys do that sometimes. It's not cool for the algorithm. It hurts the algorithm. I'm not reading, what do you call them, cards. The 2 greatest hits. There's one, a band that I really want to put out one that have never done one, and that's Weezer. Blue Album. Weezer have 43 singles, most of which were hits.
And then 20 more charted songs. So Weezer have almost 70 hits. They need to put them to disc.
So, Weezer are the band that need a greatest hits that have not put one out yet. I know some artists are against greatest hits, like Metallica. I think Kid Rock used to be, although he's doing one now, but Kid Rock's insane now. So, but yeah, Weezer, I feel like they would be a really great greatest hits to put out. And the bad one by a good band. Oh, man, what a nightmare this album was. A few years back, Good Charlotte released a greatest hits collection, except it wasn't a greatest hits. It was a greatest remixes. They essentially took, and it wasn't even their greatest hits. It was like they essentially took a random batch of singles and just dumped feature after feature after feature on top of them, and like put just this horrible remix on all of them, and it was a nightmare to listen to. It was horrendous. They ruined every single hit they had with just the most idiotic rapping ever. So this has been my greatest hits video. So please subscribe if you're a music nerd and want to see music nerd stuff. Unboxing fans, I know I've been doing a lot of those lately. So thank you guys a lot. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. I've come a long way from 0 to 129, but I've got a long way to go to get that sweet I can't even say it. Monetization. Money. I want money. I look just like Buddy Holly, except I haven't shaved in a few days.